All right, so we are trying to figure this out right now. I'm going live. Yay for going live. Um, but I am doing a few things today. Where is that? Okay, here we go. Let's go to my stream real quick. Channel. Are we live? Okay. Sound. Hey. Of course, you guys can tell I don't stream too often. I am trying to. I am trying to get back into body doubling because body doubling for me has worked well, especially when I've got something a little bit bigger of a project that I want to try making happen. So, yeah, I am going to be trying to do this more often. But, you know, ADHD, it happens. And while we're doing that, are we live right now? No, we're not. Oh, okay. I am. Oh, there we go. All right, so my computer has been doing some weird things, and I'm hoping it doesn't crash on me. I have no idea what's going on with that. It's been strange. OBS has been having some weird issues. I just did an update, and yeah, I don't know what's not compatible. My overhead camera, by the way, check this out. Look, 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 look. Oh, overhead camera. I am so excited about this. Um, yeah, it's the small things in life that get me excited, but I am excited about that feature because I want to show you guys like top down what I'm doing, um, just so you guys can follow along with me. And I know, it's not that exciting. We're building a rack today because I've got a lot of filament and I've also got a really dry throat. Today is going to be all over the place. Um, yeah, it really is going to be all over the place today, but it happens. So let's get some type of fluid in me. But yeah, we've got all this filament that I've acquired from just random things I've done, I've worked on. I bought actually I got really lucky and I bought a old Ender 3 V2. And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, do you want some filament?" I went, "Yeah, absolutely," because I assumed 1, 2 rolls. No, he gave me a bunch of stuff like some PETG, PLA. He gave me some polycarbonate even that I haven't got a chance to play with yet. So I've also got friends that got into like GPU mining for Bitcoin and all those random things, and they bought a bunch of 2020 extrusion. They bought some kits for making the mining rigs, and then their ADHD kicked in, and they were like, "Okay, I'm good." Just sat in my storage unit for a while, and then they gave it to me, and I was like, "Cool, I have plans for this because I could use some 2020 extrusion." And then I just never got around to it. So yeah, I have a bunch of 2020 extrusion. So the first thing we're figuring out is how do I even want to put this together? Because I know I have an idea because we've got 8 really long pieces of, they're 1.5 meter, 1500 millimeter, about 5 feet, just shy of 5 feet. And so I'm going to use those as the long rails because I've got a nice little spot right over here where my chair is. I've got a nice spot. It's about 5 feet wide, and I'm going to build the rack there. So with that being said, what I'm thinking is, let's go to the, where's the overhead? Yeah, there we go. So here's what I'm thinking. We'll put this off to the side for now. We're going to build something like this, where I've got these, and this is where it gets a little bit convoluted because the GPU mining rigs that they gave me, hey, it's free. I'm not going to say nothing bad about that. But the pieces they gave me, I have odd numbers of. So like these are nice for the feet, but I've only got 4 of them. Then I've got these guys right here. I've got 4 these longer pieces that I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. I've got 5 of them. So I might have some potential idea. We'll see from how that goes. And then these odd ones, and let's just actually make this a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. I've got 6 chrome ones, and I've got 7 black ones. And just kind of odd. It's whatever. So what I'm thinking is build a basic frame, and we've got a bunch of metal bracket corners too. So that's going to be really advantageous. I'm thinking use this for the base, and we throw these guys into these channels. And yeah, I did spend some time actually putting all these together. They're metal, so I'm not worried that they're gonna, fall apart or anything, or not be able to hold the weight. But I did the math. I'll roughly be able to get like 90-ish spools onto here. At least that's my goal. So, by the way, if you're on the live, hey, please say hi. I like chatting. I do like distractions every now and then, but if not, it is what it is. So I'm thinking something like this, where we'll build a frame, have it go like that. And the tricky part is I kind of want to make it a little bit aesthetically pleasing, so I want to use the same colors where I can. So I'm thinking a bottom rail here, middle rail, bottom rail somewhere along the lines of here, or maybe I'll just screw directly into that. That's going to be a little bit longer. I don't really mind that. And then we'll throw on, no, I'll just keep that at the bottom rail. But we'll make these about as tall, about that tall, so I can easily pull these out. But when they're actually resting, what I'm going to do, and this is probably better from the overhead view, I'm going to have the 5-foot long 2020s coming up like this. So I'll have 3 of them, and then the filament will sit like side by side. So in the long run, it'll actually be like this, and they'll just kind of overlap a little, but I'll be able to fit twice as many spools on there. At least that's the plan. Now, how well will it work? I don't know. I'm kind of winging this. We're going to figure out as we go along. But with this many rails, we do need to double up on everything. So I want to make sure of that. And I did do the math, and a 5-foot, roughly 5-foot 2020 extrusion should be able to hold anywhere from 100 to 200 pounds on its side, the weight. And I know we definitely do not have 100, 200 pounds of filament that's going to be going on the racks. Now, that's partially where some of my issue is coming in now, is we have, how high do I want to make this? Because we do have this shorter span, and since I only have 8 of those 5-foot pieces, we're using up 3 of them. So we have 1 layer here, 1 layer here, and then for this one, I'm debating like just putting out a 2. Yeah, just 2 of them kind of up like this, and that'll be 5 foot long. But then I have another rack up here where I've got some boards, I've got some extra extrusions where I can make like a little shelf on top. because these will corner off nicely. And maybe just make a little shelf or something to sit above the filament. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Let's get into putting a couple more of these little metal brackets in. So we'll go down. We'll go down, down. Fortunately, these aren't really a big deal regardless what direction you go from. As long as they slide in. If they don't slide in, well, you're kind of out of luck. All right, there's one. Okay, come on. Two, and three. All right. So we'll have those, and then of course we gotta secure this bottom piece down. So we're gonna use a piece like that. That's how we're gonna square it off. All right, I feel pretty good about this design actually. And you know what? We might end up using these extrusions. We might end up just using that for like these top shelves. So it's not gonna be one complete piece, but it'll be good enough. I think probably, I don't know. If it doesn't work the first time, it's not like these are screwed in permanently. We can always take it apart and we can rebuild. So let's get, oh wait, I can't do that yet. This is gonna be a little weird because I'm gonna have to go in like sections actually to make this work. We'll take off the caps because we do have little caps here that I just need to get off of there. And hey, if I break them, the great thing is I can 3D print some new ones. How nice is that? All right, so let me grab, no, I need to use this as my template. And I'll grab a screwdriver because these ones are actually Phillips heads, as strange as that is. All right, I'll tighten it down and then I'll get this piece in just to kind of make it nice and square. Come on. All right, that's gonna be nice and tight right there. Of course, I'm gonna go through and retighten everything before we actually put any weights on it. And I'll probably do like a tutorial video. I kind of like live just because, well, I feel like I'm talking to myself, but because there's a potential of people being on the stream, I don't feel so crazy. It's great. No. All right, let's grab that spool. So I wanted it at least tall enough to clear that. Let's get this on there. All right, and then it'll drop down. So you know what? That looks about a good height right there. Let's tighten that up. at least get it snug enough to where it stays roughly where I want it. Because we are going to have to do this 2 times. Well, we're actually going to have to do it 4 because we're going to do this side and this side, and we're going to build in our identical rack that the rest will sit up on. So let's get another one here. I mean, we could be more exact and actually measure this out. Hold up. How much taller is this? I mean, I guess I could actually make it and measure this out. Okay, we're gonna do that. So that just seems so tall. All right, that'll work. All right. All right. It's nice and square. Oh man, the glare off the top of my head. It's nice and orange, huh? All right. So that's all level, and then we've got one more bracket here. We're gonna have to do I don't know why that's all. You know what? Maybe we are. Oh no, wait, never mind. It's 2, 4, and then here's the one that's gonna have just the 2 bars. So we will have room for another shelf, maybe even 2. We'll see. I might not do a second shelf. We'll figure it out as we go. But let's use this as our gauge. Got that, so let's move this up. All right. You know what, maybe that's too tall. No, that's where it's at. All right. We just have to do the same thing on the other side. Now look at what. All right. Some reason people are finding that I want to be text right now. All right. So I think this side might be a little bit more difficult just because now that I'm going to be sliding stuff on, it's not going to be as rigid. Or it'll be more rigid actually. Okay, there we go. So, oops. Okay, I was not meant to tighten this one down yet. Yeah, because these ones are gonna stick out a little bit further just so they're a little bit more of a stable base. And I kind of forgot about that. All right, so now we've got, all right, now we can tighten this down and yeah. All right, and theoretically, if I square this off, everything should be nice right angles. I mean, they are sitting pretty nicely already. So let's tighten the rest of these down. I feel like Bob Ross right now, but a little bit more metal, I guess. We are using 2020 aluminum extrusion, so I can say that. I want to make sure this is all nice and flush. Because, hey, we're going to be making happy little mistakes. And you know what? If I have to redo part of this, it's not the end of the world. I'm not super concerned about it. Hey, Lexi, thanks for joining the channel. Well, where are you? You said you wish you were home to get some work done too. Where are you at? Like, fun trip maybe? Hopefully it's not work related. Are you in need of a storage rack for all your filament? All right. And you know what? That's actually pretty sturdy there. I'm happy with how that's turning out. And for some of you that don't know, this is what body doubling is. So body doubling is just a strategy where, I mean, someone like myself, if I'm just by myself in the office, it definitely takes me a lot more concentration. And that's just the thing with ADHD. We function better when there's someone around. Like my wife can definitely attest to this because, well, if she's around, I'm very active. I'm go, go, go. I want to be like, hey, look, I got so much done. I'm so hyperactive, but it was productive. Whereas otherwise, I might loaf around on the couch, or I just really need a lot more motivation, a lot more caffeine to go get things done. But hey, thanks for joining me at work. Does body doubling help you often too? And now you can go home and go, oh, I need some 2020 extrusion because I can build a rack. And then it'll never get done because who knows? Yeah, I've had to reorganize my stacks too because I work here. Like during the day, I have my own business. I'm an advisor. I work here. And this is just like my fun. This goes on in the background while I do paperwork essentially. So it's nice that I get to do this and you know, actually work while I do this. All right. Now we get to do this again. Yay! Um, there's only one caveat, and that's one of these is slightly longer. I wish I would have used the longer one first. Yeah, I really think I need to do it more often. I just don't think people want to see me like sitting at a desk, typing up, filling out paperwork, typing up, hitting print, print, print. Although I did do, so I've got the Cobra S1, and I did like a live unboxing. Um, and yeah, that was just like a, I think it's probably still on the stream, but I had like a 2, 3 hour stream of just setting that up, getting it going. I was super happy with how fast that went. Super relaxing to just hear the ju 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 in the back. And then every so often I look back and I just go, why did it come out like this? Like, like I printed, so I was just making these little poker chips because I was playing around and I was trying to figure out different ideas, basic sets. Those printed fine, no problem. They had no issue. And I hit print on one more and I walked away and I was like, okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. It'll warm up because for whatever reason, Creality, I, I don't know why it does this. So it like warms up to 145C, it, or 185, 175, whatever it is, drops down to 145, and then goes up to 215. So I figured, okay, I've got a couple minutes, run out, go grab some coffee, and I'll be fine. It was like 5 minutes I took running to the coffee and the bathroom. And I came back, and it had started the process. Of course, I stopped to talk with one of my colleagues in the hallway, and it came out, and it like had all this. Like this was halfway through the print because the poker chips only take like they say 24 minutes. Really, it's like 10. But yeah, print out all that goop. I was really annoyed. That was the one print that failed of all the chips I've made. Um, as far as the S1, I really, really loved it. And I want to love it again. Because I actually bought, I do like that they have these interchangeable nozzles. So it's just like a little handle you flip down, drop it off, and then pop it back in. But for some reason, I've got filament stuck in the tube. And I cannot, for the life of me, pull the tube out right now. So I really want to like it. I've been very happy with the performance. It's very quiet. Like, yes, you still hear it humming in the background. I hear the Ace Pro way more than I hear anything else, but that's only when it's drying. And it does have this funky little quirk of when it's feeding, if you don't have the feed tubes at the right angle where they come out of the back, um, they make like a screeching noise. So there was a couple times when I first started using it, I was just like, what is that noise? What is going on? Is it having issues? And then I realized, oh, it's just the tube. Um, so I had to print like, actually, I've probably got the extra print I made. Maybe not. It was just like it holds the tube so they go straight out instead of like drooping a little. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I've not had any issues except for that for just now. Like, it's something I need to fix. I mean, there's no, regardless what anyone says, Bamboo fanboys included, um, all printers have their quirks. All printers have their flaws. Oops, sorry. But overall, I really like it. And I hear, I'm hearing that they're gonna have some really good Prime Day promotions. Like, pick up one for super cheap. Like, I think that one with the Ace Pro is like $549. Like that's what the Kickstarter was. And so I do not have a Bamboo to compare it to. I've talked with several others on like our Discord and a couple other Discords. I, I'm on so many channels right now. I don't know why, but I have the Creality K1 Max to compare it to. Uh, I've got a Snapmaker A350T to compare it to, and I've got like an Ender 5 S1. I've got Ender 3 V2s, FL Sun, cheap monoprice that someone gave me for free. I've even got the CR10 from Creality back before it was Creality. I don't have any Bamboo. Bamboo is the one printer that I do not have. I almost picked up an A1. An A1? Yeah, it was in the mini version with the AMS. The guy unfortunately sold it. So it's like, whatever. It wasn't meant to be. But no, long story long, I don't have a Bamboo to compare it to. All right, we'll make this as exact as possible. Wow, $680 in parts since December. Yeah, and that's the thing. Wait, I know some people are like, "Oh no, Bamboo is a set it, forget it printer." No, they're really not. There's no such thing as a set it, forget it printer. This thing, the K1 Max, um, it was probably before I got the S1, it was probably the closest thing I had to a set it and forget it. I mean, I kind of just trusted it. As long as I kept the build plate clean, it didn't have any issues. Well, except for the one coffee incident. But that's a, exception, not standard. All right. Tighten down. I don't know how much flex this has. But, I mean, I kind of like hearing that A1s are lemons too. It makes me feel like I'm not missing out on anything. Actually, there was one guy on Discord. Oh, no, wait, that was you. I think. I don't remember if the nickname was Gold Digger. You're like Shark. Are you Shark Lexi? I think that's the username. All right, manufacturer defect in the electric system and it's fried. Keeps shorting everything out. Bamboo is like, we've not had. Wow, and that's just terrible customer service on Bamboo. Then, like, if it's something that big, I mean, they should have fixed that. Like, that's an obvious manufacturer defect. Like, well, good to know I'm not missing out anything on Bamboo's service. Of course, some fanboys might jump on and just, oh no, no, I love my Bamboo. It's perfect. Okay. Don't care. Right now, I'm more focused on making sure Shark bait, okay. At least my mind's not completely fried. I was like, I've talked to you about this issue before. Why does it sound so familiar? Now that makes sense. Well, thanks for joining the channel. But if you had this many issues with bamboo, yeah, get the Cobra S1, especially with the AMS. Although they keep adding new updates, and like they keep adding new features. Only thing I don't like is it doesn't play nice, or as nice as I would like with Cura. So I do use the Anycubic neck slicer anytime I do the Cobra. That's probably going to be my live thing, is fixing that tomorrow. Maybe. All right. Hey, I'm almost ready to get this tightened down. I'll go lefty right now. And of course, I've got the randomest playlist stuck in my head right now, but I'm also very excited because I've heard, I don't know when the release date is, but apparently Phineas and Ferb has a new season coming to Disney Plus. And I was definitely a Phineas and Ferb type of person. All right, that's good. So I'm excited for my kids to see Phineas and Ferb because we've seen a few of them. My wife doesn't understand the craze. But she also doesn't understand like random humor, like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And now I've got Phineas and Ferb, Phineas and Ferb. Oh. Well, I'm trying to keep everything square. I'm dancing to Doofenshmirtz. It's just what my mind is like all the time. So, when you go live, do you like, what do you do in terms of spreading out to everyone? Because I have no idea what I'm doing. I just like talking and hanging out. I would love to get a big enough crowd. Oh, Ren and Stimpy. Okay, now that's old school. I totally forgot about that. I haven't thought about Ren and Stimpy in so long. Although, you know what my kids absolutely love? Tom and Jerry. Like, Tom and Jerry is their jam. I mean, does it contain violence? Yeah. Am I a dog person more than a cat person? Yeah. Am I totally putting in the wrong size bar here? And I have no idea what I'm even... Yeah, I totally just tried to put in completely wrong size bar. And I forget how they even got up there. Oh, yeah, I was using it to measure that. Okay. Glad I caught that now. All right. Although what's annoying is these GPU brackets, they have square, not T-nuts. So they don't slide very nicely. And when they do, they just kind of... They kind of just catch. All right. One more. All right. All right. Were you ever... Okay. Cool. Yeah, I did have one of the guys from the Discord channel, the Amelin Discord channel. Maybe I should throw up like, here, FIlament, Amelin, glow in the dark. Ooh, ah. I'll give them a shout out. Although I'm a little sad to hear that the guy that's super active, I want to say his name is Sam, but I would probably be wrong. And it's also 9 o'clock, so I probably would call him the wrong name right now. I'm a little bummed he's leaving. He was really good content moderator and just really good guy to talk to. But good things can't last forever, right? All right. What did I just? Oh, screwdriver. But they helped me a couple times with a few things I was working on with like Onshape or whatever else I had issues with. So I really like that community. I'll give them that. Of the Discord channels I'm most active in, I think Amelin's is definitely the best one. And now I've got my own dad groups. Dad jokes sub server. I think he just got a better opportunity somewhere. So I don't want to speculate. I have no idea exactly why. We were trying to get him to do one last giveaway, and I was joking around like, oh yeah, you should do an autographed box giveaway. But I personally don't know why he's leaving. I mean, like I said, he was really good for the channel, I think. So maybe he just saw how well that was working and wanted to utilize it better. I don't know. It's all speculation from me. I do not work for them. I do not know anything more than just that. Oh, wait. You have to do this. Oh, you know what? I could pull one of these down. Yeah, no, I originally tried to get that petition going. I don't know how to do that on Discord. Like, get a petition going. Uh-oh. What? Come on. There we go. All right, there's one down. I just gotta get the rest of these in. Well, thank you for joining me, by the way, because I feel like I'm definitely getting a lot more work on this done instead of like sitting down to research something more about a design. Or I mean, I'm sure if I really want to, actually, I could probably print some 2020 extrusion and make a shelf. But I've got enough, so maybe I don't need that. Nope. Or what am I talking about? 2020 extrusion, like a bracket for just putting on some plywood or something. So we'll have a little shelf on top of here. Yeah, that'll work. Phineas and Furbot, Phineas and Furbot. All right. Nice and level. Oh yeah. It's actually, this is coming out way better than I thought. I'm really excited. get this one squared off. Nice and tight. You have to make some shells for a pot rack you're gonna use for a vendor show you have in 2 weeks. Try to print everything in. Oh, okay. I was thinking, what's the baby? The mini A1. Got it. All right. Oh yeah, if you're taking care of patients in the ER, hey, please, I'll see you when you come back. Oops. All right, so I've got the frame built. Actually, I'll just fix this real quick. And now for kind of the difficult parts. So I'm gonna need, it's actually why I kept these. Now to actually put these on, so I'll have do I actually need a little bit of a, I don't know if I like this overhead camera. I keep seeing glare off my head every time, and I'm not that orange. I got blue lights. I'm not this orange. Yeah, maybe. I've been out in the sun a lot. I actually just hiked around Crescent City last weekend, so I may have a tan. I probably have a tan. All right, so how do I want to do this? I'm gonna need brackets. So if I have one bracket, two brackets, and then that'll kind of push out towards the sides. Okay, so we're gonna put at least one bracket. Oh wait, these only go one way. Yeah, they won't sit flush. Oh. How many of these I have? I have 6. Okay, so I'm just gonna line these up towards the bottom. Okay, now I'll grab my trusty hex key. All right, I'm gonna put the nice shiny glow-in-the-dark aniline filament out of the way for a minute because I just need to do this. And the nice thing is, since the spools are so large, I don't have to be like perfect. If I'm close enough, that's plenty. So, oh, you know what? I just realized I can. Oh, I don't have to be perfect, but I definitely don't want to be that off center, or that angled, I should say. Yeah, close enough. Then I have to remember I'm doubling everything, so since I only have 6 of these, I kind of want it to be nice. And then I'll use one L bracket coming out this way. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh. I just realized I need to slide those brackets on first. Okay, what if I do this? Can I? Is there a way to get these down in here without? Well, that's fun. Alright, so these guys I don't have to worry about. This one. I don't think I'll have enough for the rack. Okay, this might suck in a second here because I've got these built, but now I need enough to go. Okay, there's one. There's 2. We'll put 2 more here. But then that won't work because I need 2 more on this side, 2 more here. So here's the issue I've run into. I'm not going to have enough brackets right now to make the whole thing work. I could potentially pull these off and just not have a top shelf. I may have to do that because I still need go like this. So what I'm going to need is actually pairs to go on the other frame. And right now I would be short 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would be short 5 brackets. I mean, okay, this center, no, this center one needs to be on the other side. These guys are needed. I mean, maybe I could get by with just doing one middle and one. I could print some. I can print some of these brackets. I just liked it because they were metal. I mean, I could take the metal brackets out for now because I do have I have 4 more, but that wouldn't really solve any of the issues I'm having at the moment. Because I would have to do 2 here. Well, okay, I can do this, like this, and then if I take these brackets off, I can use them here, and yeah, I would have a taller place here, but I didn't do the math right. Somewhere, somehow, I messed up the math. Oh, or maybe it's just because it's getting late. It's 9:30. It's past my bedtime. Let me just, because I would do. I mean, this is how my brain functions. Is I kind of just figure out things as I go. So I could do that. So I have the one center rack here, and I could do. It would go like that. Hopefully nothing goes over and clatters all over. Then we'll have 2 more like that, and then I have 2 in the center. So at the end of the day, it would kind of look like this, but if it was turned horizontal. So these were running horizontal. And then I would be able to put in the rack and just sit them on each other, or stand them next to each other like this, all along the entire length. And for now, I could just do the bottom 2, or you know what, maybe even just we'll leave this row empty for now, because then I can print out some overnight and come back to it in the morning. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. For right now, I'm going to put these back, just so I don't make a huge mess and sounds like I'm banging gongs together in here. Get my stuff properly sorted. So let's move. All right. We're going to change this. So this is going to end up here. This is going to end up here. Now they've got pairs on the other side. This one can end up in the center. Then this one can go over on the other side. And this one, since it's already on the ground, I don't think we actually need that much support. It's mainly just going to be here to... Oh! That hole was actually really nice for pulling these out. Do these have... No, that's fine. Whoops. I mean, that's not, but these are going to be on the floor, so they don't even need the metal brackets, really. They just need something to hold them in place. It's not like they're supporting weight. Okay, so we're still making this happen. Yeah, still making this happen tonight, hopefully before 10. go back to this view. And I have this really cool controller here. And because of whatever's going on with OBS, it kept crashing. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that too. But let's throw these in. Oh, where's my hex key? We're just gonna hold it down close enough for right now. Doesn't need to be perfect. That's one thing I struggle with as ADHD, is thinking everything needs to be perfect and realizing it doesn't. Like, I'm totally fine if I put something out there and it doesn't work to the best. It's not the end of the world. But let's throw this back in here. Probably right there. All right. So this will be a center bracket. No, wait, these were going to be uprights. And then this was going to be a center on the other side. And then this was going to go on the other side. And these guys will just hold the poles in place. Yeah. That should work. That should work in theory. I mean, in theory, a lot of stuff should work. And we see how that happens. But let's... Yeah, because then I don't have to remove those. And I still have... Look at that. Oh, that is going to work. I just won't get my top shelf like I originally wanted to until we remove these back. But right now I just want to test out this hypothesis. Phineas and Furbot Phineas. Oh. And these work a lot better if you actually get them into the groove, into a little track, and then you tighten them down. All right, I think that one's in the groove already. That's the thing, whenever I try these, like, I love giving things a second life, so I know it's not gonna... I forgot, I was needing to take this off so I could slide this in. But like I was saying, that's the thing about giving some of these things a second life, is sometimes the pieces don't always work out the best. It doesn't always work out how I want it to, but that's part of life. So here we're gonna have to undo this side, unfortunately. And while I'm thinking about it, I don't think there's, besides this one bracket, I don't think there's I was wondering if I had any sacrificial 3D printers with brackets that I could just take apart and like take the T-bolts or T-nuts, whatever those are, off those instead. But no, that's not going to work out. Okay, so this one, I'm just doing one in the center. That's... No, loosened all of these pretty well. Yeah, I did. All right. Now let's, is it in? All right, so that's in. That's the center one done. Now to get all these back into their place. Wait, that was not terrible. Maybe I need to loosen that just a little. All right, so that was a pretty quick fix. That was not absolutely as bad as I thought it might have been. All right, now we've got all those in place. We're gonna put this down roughly center. My voice is starting to give out. Maybe I should be quiet for a minute, but nah, we'll see. Oh, and then this one's just gonna slide in really easily. Maybe. Yeah. No, what am I doing? These are already gonna be the ones that go up like this. You know what? Maybe I can even do it. Oh no. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, okay. No, this was, yes, I am still hard at this because I realized that because of these square ones, they're not like these regular, my ceiling, they're not these regular T-nuts, they're just like regular squares. I had to kind of take apart, because these are actually metal, like the black and the silver are actually metal brackets. So it's not something I printed, although now I'm thinking for this bottom shelf, I am actually going to print just some plastic brackets to hold these in place. So realistically, I don't even need to do that because I can just put these together for now, at least to hold the legs together once I get on this side. Yeah. So no, to answer your question, this is not something I printed. But now I realize I am going to have to print some brackets tomorrow morning just to finish off three of the holders. Because long story short, we're going to do 2 rows, kind of like this, and it's going to have 1, 2, 3 bars that they're going to sit in, and that way I can get per shelf, I think it was something like 32 spools, 34 spools, and it's going to have 2 shelves of side by side, and then 1 shelf just like in the middle, or move it back and maybe put like some plywood there along the front. just to make an extra shelf. So no, not something I printed, just something I'm trying to wing because I've got free 2020 extrusion and I don't feel like paying the 70 or 80 bucks for like an actual filament storage rack, because this way I get to justify picking this up. Otherwise, I'm going to pass it on to whoever else has ADHD and they can figure out that doesn't work. Anyway. What did I do with my water bottle? But yeah, so I had to take apart that one, and then now I have to take apart this side. I can do it like this for a second. Doobie doobie dooba doobie doobie dooba. Good 9 to 5. Right, but I'm thinking after I get these last 6 pieces on, 4 pieces on, I'll actually be able to put on at least 4 of the bars, and I'll be able to see roughly, is it going to work out? At least that's my hope. Like, if I got that far tonight, I would be super happy. Yeah, that should be fine because it's non-structural. Right. Does it sound like I have a degree in engineering? I don't. I mean, okay, I did go to school for biomedical engineering, but I also didn't complete it because that was like an 8-year, it would have taken me another 8 years to finish because all the classes I needed were so impacted. And my wife kind of set me on a completely different path because she said some key words that I was praying about. And as soon as she said that exact same phrase I was using, I went, all right, this is a sign. This is not going to be the field for me. So I completely switched. But I did actually do my, I did do clinicals at, back in like 2008. I actually did my EMT certification, and we had to do clinicals in the ER, or do an ambulance ride along. So I had some great stories from just my brief time in the ER. It was awesome. Like, got to be used as a human shield my first night. Got to put a kid on a 5150 because mom took away his cell phone. Like, I mean, that was years ago. I'm hoping the kid's all right now. What was that? 17 years probably? But, yeah. It's hard. I messed up. No, I'll just move that because then it'll be hooking together. Okay, that will work. And then I just need these two. Oh yeah. I mean, um, the first night I was there, we like, you practice on dummies, and hold on, let me rephrase that when I'm not trying to screw things in. Um, so it was strange when you're practicing on dummies. You're doing like the compressions and all that, and it doesn't prepare you for it when you actually get in there and crack someone's ribs. Um, that was my, I think I showed up for the shift and I got introduced to the guy I was gonna be shadowing. Really cool dude. And he's just like, just follow me. And probably within 5-10 minutes of him just saying, follow me, we got a code blue and we're just like, let's go. And so we got up there, we're in the room, there's people everywhere. And he looks at me and goes, what are you waiting for? Get in there, start CPR. And I'm just like, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes, okay. And I got in there and I started doing CPR, and he was just like, break the ribs. Crack. Um, yeah, that was, I don't even know how to describe it. It's strange. Like, you're doing this to save someone's life, but it's strange still doing it. Anyway, so started doing CPR, and we like got him back, so that was great. And then he just like, la la la, we're gonna go back in the elevator. Let's go back down to the floor. And my heart's still pounding. Like, dude, like, are you just gonna throw me into everything? He did. I loved it. It was great. But yeah, definitely a very eventful life you guys live in the ER. And then I've got friends that they are 7 brothers, and all of them are EMS in some way, shape, or form. Like, they're awesome guys. Like, I've played golf with them. They totally beat me. Well, okay, I beat them once, and then the other times they're just like demolish me in golf. All right, moment of truth. Oh, we're gonna get out the big pieces. All right. How do I want to do this? I mean, they wrap this so well. Like, there's so much tape on this. ER is the perfect world for ADHD. Yeah, that and like serving. Um, like being a bartender, because I was in the bar industry for 15 years as a server, bartender, um, bar manager. Kind of did a lot of that, and oh, I agree. It's great for a quick dopamine fix. Like, go, 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 get this done. You're told to do something else. You go, 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 and just constantly running. I loved it. Now, would I change what I'm doing now for that? There's sometimes I do miss it. I do kind of miss. Oh, I just realized all of this is metal shavings. That's why they're. Okay, I need to go get a trash bag or trash can. Um, because I did not realize all of that is metal shavings. So I need to actually clean that out with. Do I have a brush? I have a brush somewhere. All right, well, let me go grab a trash can real quick. Well, all right, fortunately I don't have any sensitive electronics. Yeah, that's why I'm wondering, should I go get, like, I don't have any nitrile gloves or anything right now. I'm wondering, should I just put this off, run back? Oh, no, wait. Ha ha ha. Look at this. Look, look, look. I've got a brush. Brush, brush, brush. Thank you, Harbor Freight, for free brushes. So we'll do this real quick. But yeah, I definitely don't want any. You know, the good thing about being live, actually, there's a light right above me. So if I accidentally, like, you see me rattling, hey, please send help. And it's funny because I actually have got a hospital not too far down the road from my office, so ambulance would probably get here fairly quick. Okay, I suppose it's not that funny, but hey, look. I'm getting one of the poles on. I can get the right screwdriver here. All right, so tighten this one down. It's not really going to go anywhere for now. Sweet. Okay. So I've got one attached. Oh. Yeah. All right, one down, 4 to go. Uh-oh. That's fine. It will be fine. Oh, that's nice. I mean, that's like I guess for any family events, you don't need the ER. Let me go get my son. It's a good thing to have. That's like, unfortunately, that's also probably like being the photographer in a family. Like, hey, can you just bring a camera? Just ask your son, can you bring your med kit along? Or med bag? And I have to keep in mind, I've got like monitors and stuff, so I don't want to be flinging stuff too much. All right. You know what? I'm just going to do a simple 3 for now. Just before I waste all my time putting it all together, just to find out it doesn't work. Yeah, we'll do that for a second. All right, one more and pretty excited. I'm so close to realizing the end of this. That's how he grew up too. You have a choice: I stitch up, I glue it, or you go sit in the ER. Oh yeah, no, I remember being in a mountain bike. I had a pretty bad crash, and I actually have like my elbow. There's just a chunk missing out of my elbow because I was riding my mountain bike and I I crashed hard, and a branch caught me and just went poof. And so I looked at it and okay, to be fair, I was a little lightheaded and I still had to ride back. I was just like, I got first aid and stuff in the bag. So I ended up like just gauze and taped it and like yeah, I had to, it hurt a lot, but made it back home. And then I figured, yeah, it's already bandaged up. I'll just leave it alone. We'll call it good. And then I never got it looked at. I neosporined it. I put some rubbing alcohol in it, cleaned it out really well, kept it clean for a couple days, and I've got a chunk missing, but hey, I don't need to go to the ER. Nowadays, I see kids going to ER for the stupidest things. I also volunteer with youth. So I volunteer with 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and they're awesome, but I don't know if it's just my generation. Like, we grew up a lot more, we were tougher, I want to say. We were more rambunctious. Like, like these kids, I mean, I'm going to go on that typical rant of, oh, they need to get outside, they need to go play, they need to go experience their childhood, and some of these are like, oh, what did I do this weekend? I I stayed home. I played Minecraft, Roblox, Riz, and I'm going. What are you saying? It's like you're trying to speak to me, but I have no idea what you just said, child. I guess I'm getting old too. I don't understand this newfangled generation. And what's funny is some of them will probably see my channel and be like, oh, Mr. Rob's talking about me. They know who they are. All right, let's get this one. I'm playing a dangerous game over here. Like, I'm holding it just by the base. I got monitors. So I really better make sure not to screw this up. All right. These feel pretty sturdy, actually. Yeah, no, education right now it's a tough field to be in. Like, I feel for the teachers. Yeah, exactly. What happened to sun up, go out? Street lights come on, get back in. I completely agree. It's like, you know what? I'm going to go on a rant right now, but whatever. I think the fall of society started when we started losing shop teachers. Because shop teachers were the ones that, like, don't get me wrong, the home ec lady, where all the boys were there because they were like, dude, I'm going to be one boy in a class full of girls in high school or junior high. I'm going to get all the honeys. And then they realized every other boy had the same exact idea. And then home ec became, well, all boys. But I think the fall of society happened with when we started transitioning shop teachers out. Like, kids weren't learning how build stuff with their hands, and shop teachers were a different brand or a different breed. Like, they didn't sugarcoat anything. You cut your finger off, take a salt tablet. You got hurt feelings, take a salt tablet. You hit your finger with a hammer, put the hammer down, stop crying. I mean, I kind of treat my class the same. Like, I'm not afraid to be very truthful with them. And it's great because I've gotten that rapport with them of, you know, they know I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And the good thing is some of the parents know the same thing, and the parents aren't sissies where they're going to get after me of, why were you, you know, a little bit tougher on my son? Because he needed it? Sorry. What do you want me to do? All right, I'm going to clean these up just to get them out of the way so I have a little bit more room to work here. In your school district, girls were not allowed to take shop. What's AG? Agriculture? I'm blanking on what AG is. See, the school I went to, they had a lot more, like, they still, they kind of had a shop class, but it was more like a metal art class. They shared it with the pottery class, and yeah, it wasn't really shop. It wasn't learning how to work on cars. It wasn't learning woodworking. Yeah, I had some friends that were in like 4-H and the ag program, and you know, you raise the chicken or the cow or the goat or sheep or whatever, and then you sold it, and that was the following year's funds. It's kind of cool. I was never ag program myself, but yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Farming community. You know, the thing about these black aluminum extrusions is I always feel like I have to be way more gentler than I am with them because I don't want to get them scratched up. Like, okay, I'm going to be putting stuff on. It's going to be functional. I don't need to worry about it as much. But at the same oh, no, never mind. Um, at the same time, I want it pretty for some pictures at least. Like, I'm going to do a write-up on my website or something. Uh-oh. Huh, that's really strange. My computer just said that I'm gonna be out of space here for my recording, even though it's had like 4 hours left. So I'm gonna try something real quick, and before I do it, because I am recording at the same time as I'm streaming, but I've been having issues and it's been cutting out. So if it cuts out, I'm gonna just end the stream because it's kind of in a pain. And I'll continue this build tomorrow because it's also 10. I should get home and get some dinner in me. But if I do lose you guys, hey, thank you for joining the stream. I'll probably be streaming and body doubling tomorrow, but that's if I lose you guys. We'll see here in a second. And I'm hoping I'm not going to lose you. recording. And I think I guess it's still working. It's a issue occurred, but I guess I'm still alive. Do you know why it's getting hard to find brown range of filament and definitely not able to get it on sale? So I mean, I have subjective experience with it. Um, it's brown. It's not a very popular color. I mean, okay, if you're printing like poop emojis, I guess that's understandable, but yeah, I don't think it's just a popular color. That that would be my guess. I mean, I was able to get a couple. So I have like this rock stone. That's pretty cool. I am down to probably the last 100 grams of it. I have a couple clay ones, a couple marble, things like that. But brown is definitely, I mean, you've got a point. Brown is not an easy color to find at all. And I just don't think people are using it, or I don't know. It's subjective. I don't know exactly why. I don't sell filament. I just kind of get whatever I get. Like, most of my filament is stuff that I rarely ever buy filament just because I don't need it. Um, like, I got really lucky, and there was someone that sold me their Ender V2 or Ender 3 V2, and he was just like, "Hey, you want some filament with it?" And I went, "Sure." And he just gave me a bunch of filament. I even got PC filament from him, and I was like, "Whoa, this is amazing." Or like I already mentioned Amelin's glow in the dark stuff, but some of these are from just random. Someone posted on Facebook Marketplace, and I went, "Can I have it?" And they'll tell me to kick rocks or whatever. But every once in a while, like, so I actually got I got a CR10, the big one, from Creality, because someone posted a table on Facebook Marketplace, and it was free. But they had the printer, the table, and I just kind of messaged them like, "Hey, free too? I'll gladly come pick it up." And the girl responds, and she's like, "No, my boyfriend says it's not for sale." I went, "Okay, whatever, not a big loss." And then about an hour later, I get another text like, "Hey, he said you can have it for 20 bucks." Or, yeah, it was like 20 bucks. It's like, 20 for a CR10, that's not a bad price. And then I was like, "Okay, where can I pick it up?" And she ghosted me for like an hour. And I went, it's not worth it, whatever. It's not a big deal, not a big loss. Then she texts me back a little later like, "Hey, sorry, we're moving. He says you can have it for free. Just come pick it up." It was like a 20-minute drive away. I went, picked it up. He gave me some filament too because he was done with it. He bought it on a whim. And I was like, "Free. See, okay, thank you." So I always figure something's worth asking, because what's the worst they can say? No. You've been wanting to print boxes for the blob racks and struggling to find blob mushrooms. I don't know blob racks. I don't know what that is. Like, I'm not one that really follows the printing trends. Like, I know at some point, it was all about the water salamanders, the axolotls. I don't really follow printing trends. Now, granted, I love our daddy-daughter date nights because, like, my daughter will come in and we'll pick a theme. So, like, one night we did sharks and sheep, and she was just like, "Can we print sharks and sheep?" I went, "Sure." So she found the designs on Thingiverse or whatever website, and we just printed it. And she was like sitting in front of the printer, just staring at it, and um, she's so excited to see, you know, this shark being formed from nothing. We made it into a keychain. It articulates. She loves it. It's on her backpack. It's great. But I've never been one to follow whatever trends people are printing. Just I like mine to be functional. Now that's not to say I won't print Benchies galore and like stars and whatever else she wants, because hey, God knows we've got a ton of glow-in-the-dark flamingos floating around our house right now because that's what she wanted. So blob rocks. Oh, okay. I saw this post earlier today, and you sound like we're in the right age frame. So, did you ever have a Tamagotchi? Because someone posted like modern day smartwatches are just Tamagotchis in disguise, but the dumb creature you're trying to, or dumb animal you're trying to keep alive is you. And I went, they've got a point. Oop. And of course, I just had something. I've been careful this entire time, and with the last piece, I just had something fling up and just barely missed my eye. Whew, that was lucky. All right, last piece to clean. Then we can put the filament rack together. I hope everything works out like I would love for it to. All right. And yeah, I definitely need to bring a vacuum into the office tomorrow. Got so much metal shavings all over. Yeah, it'll be fine. The one thing I'm glad about these extrusions, I had another extrusion that, like, I don't know what the deal was, but it just came out oily. Like, the entire thing just felt like it was soaked in motor oil. Or not motor oil, machine oil. I'm surprised no one gave a quick wipe down or something before they shipped it out. Well, yeah, so now that I know about that Tamagotchi dumb animal you're trying to keep alive as you thing, now I'm going, I mean, okay, I guess I could take another walk when my watch tells me to get up and take a walk. Hey, you've been stationary for 4 hours. Get your butt up. All right, whatever you say, Samsung. You're doing a fundraiser a weekend of 7/12, so you're trying to get pop. Yeah, that makes sense. What's the fundraiser benefit? Like, it seems like there's several of you guys on the Discord that uses 3D printing to fundraise. Like, I know there's Waffle Prince, and 100% of his proceeds go to nonprofits, local nonprofits, much less. So that's awesome of you guys to do that. All right, now here's the moment of truth. I'm gonna, because there's no way I'm reaching that high, I'm gonna put this down. Oh, okay. That's a workable height. Do I just do the brackets? I could. Wait, wait, how am I missing two? I'm missing two brackets. And where are they? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, now I remember. Okay. Now I remember what I was doing. Okay. It's gonna be a little janky, but that's okay. Because I need to put those in from the top. Actually, few rescue animal groups in the area, cat show, you have a booth. Nice. Well, I hope everything goes well. I'm actually gonna wrap up the stream right now because my wife's calling me. She's out of town, that's why I'm able to be in here so late, but she's calling me probably to say good night with the kids. So, hey, Lexi, thanks for, or shark bait? Ooh, ah, ah. Lexi, thanks for joining me. I'll definitely be going live again tomorrow, but hey, please subscribe, like, follow, comment, all that. And I'm going to leave this as it is, precariously, and I'll see you guys